everyone. I am Kayla Moore, the author of Your Path to Songwriting Success, 7 Steps to Becoming a Confident Songwriter, and I am a songwriting coach. Today, we have a very special guest, Marc Jungermann. Hi, Marc. Marc
Hiya.
is an amazing musician. He's a
Thank you.
singer, songwriter, composer. He does it all different types of genres. And I'm just so proud and happy to say I am his friend. Hi,
Yay!
Marc. Welcome.
Hiya.
Good morning. Is it
Thank you.
morning where you are?
I wouldn't say so. It's pitch black outside and it's
Well, it's 9:30
3:30.
a.m. over here in New York. And I
Yeah,
know you're out and you're in Sweden now.
I am. Yeah.
Awesome. Can
Basically pitch black all day over here in the
really?
winter. Yeah, sun rises maybe at 8 and then it's all bye-bye sun around 3, even 2. So, yeah.
That's early. That's
hmm
early.
But
I
in the
thought it'd
summer,
be
it's the other
more.
way around. So we get a lot of sunlight in the summer. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, around here, I think winter time it gets dark around, let's say 4. Right now, about 4:30. Um, but yeah, and the sun comes up about maybe 7.
Hmm.
So yeah, we
That's
have a
something.
little more sunlight than you, I
Yeah.
think.
Okay, I might be exaggerating a little bit. It's not pitch black, but it's way too dark
Yeah,
for
I'm
my
looking at
liking
the
already.
I think that's
Yeah,
a window back there, and there's a little
because
bit of sunlight
that's what I saw. It looks so much brighter on the
than it
screen
really
that I'm
is.
looking at than it is. It's like a tiny bit of light, and it looks like it's proper sunlight. It's not.
Yeah, it looks bright to me.
Nah, it's gloomy and dark.
So, Marc, can you just tell us a little bit about your background, like where you got started, how you got interested in music in the first place?
Well, I can try. I've always been interested in music, really. We had a piano at home, and as soon as I could like reach the keys, I
Uh-huh.
began playing it, learning how to play it by myself, and also having my mum, who's really talented in all sorts of creative areas such as art and music and piano and everything.
Mhm.
She taught me as well. And then when I was 7 years old, I began taking private lessons.
Oh,
My
nice.
mum and dad were kind enough to pay for those
Mhm.
from me being 7 years old up until 21, I think,
Wow.
every week. And that I'm very thankful for that. And that made me acquire these skills that I'm really happy nowadays that I have in playing the piano, but also, of course, using all of that to make songs and
Yeah.
compositions, which I probably wouldn't have been able to do if I didn't have that sort of training. So
Yeah.
that's how it began. By myself with my mom, then taking lessons, and then we have this education system that after primary school you can choose whatever kind of education you'd like.
Mhm.
Gymnasiet, it's called, and I of course chose music for 3 years, and
Mhm.
then I've taken a lot of courses at university, even
Mhm.
though I've never enrolled on any proper program at a university. And I've also been to the UK for 1 year to study songwriting, and of course, trying to learn in every other way that I can by watching everything from documentaries to masterclasses to listening to music that I maybe wouldn't have picked from a purely artistic
Mhm.
point, but I can still learn stuff from it. So that's a long answer to to go for, with that question that you just asked. But
Yeah,
yeah,
so what's your favorite genre, like personally as an artist? Because I know you make music in all different types of genres, but what's
literally
like
all of
your
them
favorite?
is what I do, and it's hard to pick a favorite. But if I go back and look at my Spotify account and what I've been listening to, there's a slight lean towards. Actually, you're going to be surprised because I don't think you know this, but heavy metal is what
Really?
I yeah. I find myself listening to that more than other genres by a slight margin, but I really definitely listen to everything. It can be classical, it can be like traditional folk music, it can
Mhm.
be blues, it can be rock, it can be EDM, it can be absolutely anything. And that's also what I like to create because I don't have any. limitations to what I can do. That's my superpower as a
It
composer, that I can
is. And
apply
look
my
at you wearing
knowledge
that
to any
Marvel
genre.
shirt. That
Yeah,
Marvel shirt,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm
superhero.
even, yeah, oh, yeah. I am actually making tracks about Marvel and DC comics
Really, I can't
superheroes as
wait to
well.
hear.
So, I'm doing it all.
Yes, you are. And that just leads me into how I actually met you, Mark. So I met Mark, everyone, because well, I have a LinkedIn page, and this was how many years ago? A long time ago, maybe
Yeah.
9 years ago, something crazy like that, 10 years, maybe. I don't know.
Mm,
Maybe I'm exaggerating. I just don't know.
7, 8, I think, but
Yeah.
let's call it
So
10.
yeah, so I had a LinkedIn page, and Mark requested me as a friend, and or whatever they do in LinkedIn. I'm sorry, I'm not even like in LinkedIn that much, but friend
Ah.
request or something like that.
Hmm.
And I usually ignored them. I was like, whatever, whatever. And then a reminder came up like a few times, and I was like, something about this one. I'm gonna click on it and see what this one is about. And I saw it was Mark, and he made music. And at the time, I was actually looking for, okay, this is gonna totally be a law of attraction story, and I love law of attraction stories. So here we go. So I wrote this song called Snowflakes and Butterflies, and it's a lullaby. And it came to me, and I just, I wrote it for my daughter pretty much, me and my daughter. And it sounded very Disney-like to me. And the producers that I knew did not make that kind of music. And so I was looking for someone, but I kind of let it go. I let God handle it for me. And lo and behold, when I started hearing the type of music that Mark could make, my eyes started to water. I mean, I'm an emotional person in general, but Mark's music, every time I listen to it, it makes me want to cry. It's so
Thank you.
crazy, Mark.
Thank you
And
so
so,
much.
Mark, I sent Mark the Snowflakes and Butterflies lyrics and melody, and I told him just make some magical music for me. And Mark made the most amazing music for that song. Everyone, go check it out on YouTube, Snowflakes and Butterflies by Kayla Moore. But I definitely want to do it over with you, Mark, because that was just something I did for fun. But I really want to get it, the vocals and all that stuff correct. So
Yeah.
I can
Yeah, I
present.
think you have improved your gear with the microphones and everything since back then, because it's the equipment you had is maybe not best, and it's much better nowadays. So yeah, a remake would be.
Actually, to be honest with you, Mark, I
Mhm.
have not changed my equipment.
Oh, you
I
only
just
gotten
haven't.
better at using it.
I'm better at using it, and
Yeah.
you have given me tips on how
Noise
to
reduction.
minimize all that noise. Yes.
Yeah, because where you
Living
live,
in New
you
York
could
City.
hear like cars, and you can hear
Yeah, yeah.
trams or whatever it could be,
Winds.
and wind. Yeah, so that was an issue back then. But
It
once
sure
we got
was.
started on noise reduction,
Yes.
it's got a million times better.
Oh, thank you so much. And it was simple things that you told me to do that I didn't realize that I could even do. Can you give some of the people listening and watching a little bit of noise reduction tips while we're on that
Sure.
topic?
Yeah, I can. So what you're gonna need is some part of that recording that you've just done, which is free from your voice, so that it's only the background. And then you're going to use whatever software you're using. It could be FL Studio, like me. It could even be Audacity, which is free. And then you highlight that snippet of just nothingness, and have the software identify what that nothingness sounds like. And then it's going to be able to take that noise and remove that from even underneath your voice. So unless you have like a proper studio to record in, you're going to need that. When I
Mhm.
record in my home studio, I still need that, even if I've taken some precautions. I still do noise reduction, because otherwise there's going to be some sort of hum or buzz or
Mhm.
wind or something that's going to it's going to steal some of that valuable frequency currency that you've got going on in your song. So
Yes,
that's my
definitely.
first hands-on tip for the day.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. And also, so Mark has made not just the Snowflakes and Butterflies and magical music, but I've presented Mark with a bunch of other genres, and I like to explore different genres, and Mark has been able to create the perfect music for it. I'm amazed every single time.
Thank you.
And I have a bunch of music that I had Mark make, and I never really put it out or anything like that. And hopefully 2021 might be the year I put together some kind of EP and release that music.
Yeah, you
But
should.
this year, during the pandemic, Mark was able to help me release two songs. The first one was What If? And
Yeah,
the
it's kind of an R&B
yeah,
track.
like an
What should
R&B
we call it?
blues kind of thing, jazzy kind of feel.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
you totally knew what I was talking about. And you just made the music that completely complemented it perfectly. And then I said, now I have a country western type of vibe that I want to do. And Mark
Yeah.
nailed it again. It was like, you got to be kidding me. But of course. And so even when I listen to that music without my vocals on it, the music alone is just stands alone fantastic music. It is beautiful.
Thank you.
And so Mark, moving right along,
Yeah.
what are you up to these days?
Yeah, these days, that's a good question. I did take some time away from music because I had this podcast idea. It's in Swedish, so in no way go listen to that. You're not going to understand a single word, but still,
Sure is great.
I uh, I went to this company and I pitched it for them, and they said, "Wow, this is the greatest idea we've heard in ages. We're going to
Mhm.
do this," and we did, and they promoted it, and it was a success in every single way except for the number of listeners for some mysterious reason.
Mhm.
So it was actually cancelled
Oh, I'm so
a
sorry to
month
hear
ago or
that.
something. However, the boss of the company said, I don't have a single complaint about this format or anything you did is a mystery why more people didn't listen to it. So let's try again in half a year or something. So I'm probably going to do that, which means I have some breaking news for you personally. I will have some time to work with you, even though I said I wouldn't. I will. After New Year, I will.
Yes, I'm
So
so happy.
yeah, that's no bad thing without something good coming out of it, am I right? So the podcast is on hold, which is sad, but also a relief because it took so much of my time. I barely had any time to make music, either for any clients or for myself, because obviously I love making music, even if it's
Right.
not for a specific reason. I love just sitting with a keyboard and making something, and maybe it turns into something I can release under my own name. Maybe it
Yeah.
doesn't lead to anything, but I've still had a good time playing music. So I've been missing that. I'll be doing more of that again
Okay.
from now on.
Yes, I have to say my favorite music from you is the songs that are like epic fantasy type of Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
fairy tale land type of music.
And
It's
those are probably my
so
favorites to make.
amazing.
Thank
And
you.
and have you ever considered or have you ever done music for film?
I want to, but they tend to go for the people they already know from past projects.
Oh, that's
And I'm obviously
great.
not one of those people yet, but
Yeah.
I'm
Yes,
working
that's the
towards
key
becoming
word.
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not
Yeah.
yet, but I will be. I've
Yeah.
written music for TV and stuff like that, and commercials, all those things, but no proper movie yet.
Okay.
But I know I'm fully capable.
I
I've
know.
been
Yeah.
taking courses in
Yep.
actual movie scoring,
Hmm.
and obviously I've been watching a lot of master classes online.
Hmm.
One I could recommend on YouTube is Junkie XL. He's a Hollywood composer and producer, and he gives it all away, all the details on how he makes it on YouTube. So if you are aspiring in that area, you want to make music for film and TV, that's
Hmm.
another recommendation from me.
That's so good. And Mark, I mean, there's a bunch of other stuff I could talk about how you worked with me and helped me try to get onto Songlands and all that amazing stuff. but I don't
Yeah.
want to get into all that because that's going to be a whole other hour of
Yeah.
talking. But so do you have any tips for songwriters, any aspiring, well, not aspiring, inspiring words
Yeah.
for them that they can take away? People who may be afraid to take that next step, or just get out there and get their music heard.
Yeah, for sure. I even used to be a piano and music teacher before, so I've
Okay.
seen it all.
Mhm.
And the first thing I should say is I am doing one big mistake myself, and I keep doing it, and I will keep doing it. And it's that I have this YouTube channel, which is my main place to put anything I've created,
Mhm.
and I do the mistake of putting all kinds of things there. So if you would stumble upon one of my, say, romantic piano compositions and you think, wow, this is good, I like it, I'm going to subscribe. And the first thing you see from my new uploads is some sort of death metal, angry stuff. You might even unsubscribe to me. So that's the thing I'm doing, and I will keep doing, because it's both a blessing and a curse that I'm able to make music in so many genres.
Yeah, it's kind of
Um,
tricky, right?
yeah, it's not smart from a marketing perspective at all, and probably one of the reasons why my YouTube channel has 14,000 subscribers and not 140,000 subscribers if I would have been niched. Because if you have
Mhm.
a niche, that's going to make it way easy for you to
Yeah,
get an
that's
audience.
something
So
I think I need to work on as well, because I love all different types of genres and I'm kind of all over the place. And I'm wondering if people would ever like me for me being this all around type of
exactly, some
songwriter.
people will, and it's the same for me. I have these people who really like anything that I put out,
Yeah.
regardless of the genre, because they can hear my soul in it.
Yeah.
And you're always going to have some of those people,
Hmm.
but they're not going to be a huge mass of people.
Hmm.
That's not going to happen unless you have somewhat of a genre or a style.
Hmm.
And I'm simply not going to be able to do that because I have too many genres. If
Yeah.
I would have been active in three genres, I would
Hmm.
have had three YouTube channels, definitely.
Hmm.
But I make like 35 genres, and I
Right.
can't really have
Right.
35 different YouTube channels. It's not
Hmm.
going to happen. It's not possible.
Not feasible. Yeah.
So it's something that's unique for me and some other people who work in so many genres, but most people don't.
Yeah.
And most people are specialized
Right.
in one or two or three genres.
Right.
And then you should focus on those, and you should make those individual, and you
Mhm.
should try to build an audience for each and everything that you're doing,
Right.
and not try to do it like I'm doing it
Right.
and put it all in one place, because it's not clever from a marketing perspective.
Right.
So that's more of a don't than a do that I wanted to say
Mhm.
when you asked me about advice. I have so much advice, so it's just I'm gonna have to try to
How do you
cherry pick.
how do you how do you write songs? How does a song come to you? How do you start in general? I mean, there's a lot of ways to start a song and get ideas for music and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
is there any particular way that songs might usually come to you based on maybe experiences, or do you dream? Like sometimes I dream melodies.
Yeah, that happens for sure. It can be anything really. It can be when you least expect it, at least for
Mhm.
me. Even if I'm not trying to write a song, suddenly, whoops, there's a melody in my head. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to get my phone out and
Yes.
record something. I have a smart trick for that as well that I've come up with. Is when I'm recording, obviously I don't have any instruments with me if I'm just strolling around the city or something and an
Mhm.
idea strikes. So that what I do is I obviously sing the melody that I want. Obviously, I tap the rhythm,
Mhm.
and as the lyrics, I'm using the chords. So
Okay.
that way I will know what I meant when I'm listening back. So if I've written a melody that goes, and I want to remember that I'm imagining C major and then A minor, I'm going to C major, A minor as
Oh,
the lyrics. So You
Wow,
could try that as well if you want
that's
to remember what you
cool.
meant. Because I learned the hard way that I had recorded stuff, and then when I listened back to it 2 weeks later, it made no sense. I
Yeah.
had no idea what I meant. And to avoid that, you can try to sing the chords as your lyrics.
Uh, if only I knew music like that. Because
You do
when I
now.
tell you, I recorded like thousands of melodies in my phone, especially like in the wee hours of the morning when something hits me in that
Yeah.
half wake, half dream state. And then
Hmm.
I record it because it sounded so amazing. It's like, yes, and I'm singing it, and my voice is all crusty. And then the next day I'm listening to it and it sounds like garbage. And I don't even know like what it was supposed to really sound.
Exactly.
But if I knew music, I think it would help for me to say like C, A, or whatever. That is
Yeah.
something I'm working on though. I'm
Yeah.
trying to learn
Definitely.
guitar and piano. I'm teaching myself on using YouTube,
Yeah.
which is how
YouTube
I learn
works. Definitely. You can
everything.
go a long way with YouTube.
You sure can.
Find someone who you think speaks to you in a way that works for you on YouTube. Someone
Mhm.
who makes it easy to understand, and you can go a pretty long way with that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, if you want to be even more serious about it, you can go take online courses, or even better, go see someone in your local area to teach
Yeah.
you music theory and your instrument of choice.
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
definitely have to stick to it because when I tell you, I've been trying to learn guitar on my own for 3 years on and off. It's crazy because I haven't been persistent and practicing every day. I'm still, I mean, I think I know a lot of the basic chords, but I haven't practiced enough to make it flow.
Mm.
So I just need to stick to it until I feel
Yeah.
like it's gonna be a time where it's gonna be like, oh, and it's just gonna flow. Is that how it happens?
It is actually, yes. And I'm way better a pianist than I am a guitarist, but I obviously play the guitar as well. And you hit that, just one day it happens and you feel like, "Oh, well, I figured it out."
Yes. I can't wait. I feel that way about piano. I'm not good at piano either, but I did get to a point where I could actually flow with like it's not dun dun,
Yeah,
you know?
good.
So definitely I'm hoping I get to a point like that with guitar really soon because it's
You will.
frustrating.
And I don't wish to tone down my own favorite instrument, but piano is easier than guitar, because guitar you have to learn for each and every chord. You have to learn, okay, this looks like that. I've got to hold my hand like this, and the next
And then
one is
the other
nothing.
hand.
But piano is more of a like a formula. It's to make a major chord, for example, you pick your note of choice. If you're gonna do a C major, you pick C, and then
Mhm.
count 1, 2, 3, 4 notes, and then 1, 2, 3, and that's a major chord. And if
Okay.
you're gonna do a minor chord, it's not 4 plus 3, it's 3 plus 4. So I go to my C and I 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's a minor chord. And you can do the exact same thing for any note you wish. So if you want to do an F minor, I'm just going to have to do F and then 3 and then 4. And that's an F minor. You don't have to learn a new grip for each and every chord. So piano
Yeah.
is actually an easy instrument to begin with.
Yeah, I'm like wondering if I should take a pause on the guitar and get back to the piano because I
That's
just
up to you. You
I want
gotta
to feel the
feel that.
magic, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
I want to feel the magic of being able to play something and bring my feelings and all that kind of stuff. And I might
Actually, there's an instant trick to feel that magic that you're talking about on the piano. If you
mhm.
only play on the black keys, it's going to turn into the pentatonic scale automatically, which means you can't go wrong. You can play absolutely anything. You don't even have to look. You can just pick random notes on the
Huh.
black keys, and it's going to sound fabulous every time. You can split them up, or you can do
I'm gonna do that
chords.
today.
Try that. If you're not, to
Yeah.
everyone looking who's not a piano player, try playing only on the black keys, and you'll find that unless you go really down, because
Yeah.
that's going to be blurry. Unless you do that, it's going to sound terrific whatever you do, as long as you keep on the upper half of the keyboard. It's going to sound amazing on the black keys.
I'm
You
so
can
gonna be
even
doing that.
try songwriting. using
Yeah.
only those notes.
Yes. Thank you. So many great tips, Mark. I so appreciate it. And thank you for taking this time out to talk with me and talk to my audience.
At
And
any time.
thank you. And Mark, so tell everyone like where they can find your music, where they can find you, your website, social media, all that good stuff.
Yeah, it's the website is marcjungermann.com, and my name, Marc Jungermann, is also what you're gonna search if you want to find me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all those things. Where it's not weekly anymore. It used to be every Thursday a new soundtrack. It's not, because I've been doing so many other things. But most Thursdays you'll find a new upload. Could be any genre. It could be country music. It could be soul. It could be dramatic, epic, orchestral music. Could be anything. But you're always going to hear
Meditation music. There was a meditation that
of
I
course.
found of yours that I do every so often because it just
Do
lifts
you?
my vibration so quick.
Awesome.
And I forget
Yeah.
the name of it. I forget the name of it.
Well, I have 2 or 3 of those, so I can't
Oh,
help
yeah?
you which one you're talking about. But there's a little bit
Yeah, you
of
gotta tell me
everything.
about the other ones too. Just give me like 1 second because I want to bring it up. It's in
Yeah.
my
One of them is
library
Earth.
of meditations.
Cool.
And it's like 10 minutes long. Here it is.
Oh.
It's called Imagination.
Oh,
Soothing,
yeah.
relaxing music. It's
I'd
8
almost
minutes and
forgotten about that
36
one.
seconds long. And if I just need a pick me up, I would just listen to that and I'm like floating on cloud 9.
Yeah. Oh, that's good to hear. And that's the thing also, I have so many songs now that I can't remember what they sound like anymore.
Yeah.
It's like half of them is like, oh, I can't remember how that one sounds. But then I
Okay.
listen to it and then I remember, of course.
And I'm going to play it for a second.
Yeah.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, it's this one. All right. Now I remember. Yeah, it's
Oh,
soothing.
yeah, there's a part. I mean, it just.
I'm even speaking in the
Yeah, I
middle
was
part of
just
this
going
one.
to ask
Yeah.
you. Anyway, everybody go listen to that because that's amazing. It's called Imagination
Good
by Marc
shout.
Jungermann
Thanks.
on YouTube. And Mark, so you were talking, since I have you here now,
Mhm.
what were you saying? Because I tried to listen and I couldn't figure out what you were saying. You were saying something about imagination or something about, I can't remember, but it's so blurry in the song. Do you
It
remember?
is. There's a lot of reverb on that one. I think I have the lyrics somewhere.
Yeah, you're going to have to send that to me because
Definitely will.
I catch some words and then I'm like, I'm sure it's something important.
Well, I'm not going to say it's important, but it's something. And I can't remember myself what I'm saying, but I'm going to dig into that. I'll do some detective work and
Yes, please
find out.
send that to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just wrap this up because I feel like we've been talking for a long time and I can talk on and on with you forever.
Likewise.
Thank you. And once again, thank you for being here with me.
My pleasure.
Everyone, if you're ready to write that song of your dreams, that song in your heart, don't be afraid to take the next step. Send me an email at kaylamour04, that's KAYLAMOUR04 and we can set up some time to chat and talk about how I might be able to help you take you on that songwriting journey of your dreams. And of course, look out for Mark's stuff on YouTube and on his website. And maybe he'll have time to help you as well, because working with Mark is pure magic. Thanks again, Mark. And thank you everyone for joining me. Happy songwriting.
Bye-bye.
Bye.